In the world of martial arts cinema, few names carry the weight and legacy of Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Both men, titans in their own right, have captivated audiences with their distinct styles and larger-than-life personas. Fans have long debated who would emerge victorious in a hypothetical showdown between the two. Recently, this debate was put to rest in an epic clash that lived up to its legendary billing. A master of Aikido, Seagal brought a unique style to the screen. His fluid, defensive maneuvers, characterized by wrist locks and throws, made him a formidable opponent. Seagal's strengths lie in his ability to neutralize an opponent's attack, turning their aggression against them. His imposing presence, often bolstered by his deep voice and steely gaze, added to his aura of invincibility. However, Seagal's reliance on Aikido's defensive nature can be a double-edged sword. While he excels in countering attacks, he can struggle against opponents who do not engage directly. His movement, though precise, lacks the explosive speed found in other martial arts disciplines. Jean-Claude Van Damme, known as the Gym Muscles from Brussels, Van Damme is a master of karate and kickboxing. His fighting style is characterized by rapid, high-impact strikes, acrobatic kicks, and an aggressive offensive approach. Van Damme's physical conditioning is legendary, allowing him to execute his signature moves with breathtaking speed and power. Yet, Van Damme's strength is not without its weaknesses. His aggressive style can leave him open to counterattacks, and his reliance on high-energy moves can be taxing on his stamina. However, his adaptability and relentless spirit often compensate for these vulnerabilities. The fight between Seagal and Van Damme was the stuff of legend, taking place in a venue that seems straight out of a martial arts epic, a dimly lit, abandoned warehouse with an electric atmosphere charged by the anticipation of the gathered crowd. The combatants stood across from each other, a palpable tension in the air. As the fight began, Seagal adopted his characteristic stance, calm and ready to counter. Van Damme, on the other hand, was a coiled spring, his eyes laser-focused. The initial exchanges were tentative, each man testing the other's defenses. Seagal's hands moved with snake-like precision, deflecting Van Damme's probing jabs and kicks. But Van Damme's relentless pressure soon began to show. He unleashed a flurry of kicks, each one a blur of motion, forcing Seagal to retreat. Seagal managed to catch one of Van Damme's legs, executing a perfect Aikido throw that sent Van Damme crashing to the ground. The crowd roared, sensing a turning point. Undeterred, Van Damme bounced back with renewed vigor. He switched tactics, using his superior speed to stay just out of Seagal's reach, darting in to land quick strikes before dancing away. This strategy began to wear Seagal down. The older martial artist's movements, while still precise, were visibly slowing. Van Damme seized the moment. With a series of feints, he lured Seagal into a defensive posture, then delivered a spinning back kick that connected with Seagal's midsection, knocking the wind out of him. Seagal staggered, and Van Damme pressed his advantage, landing a succession of punches and kicks that drove Seagal to the edge of the ring. In the final moments, Van Damme executed a move that had become his trademark, a flying roundhouse kick. The kick struck Seagal squarely, sending him sprawling to the mat. The referee stepped in, declaring Van Damme the winner as the crowd erupted in cheers. Jean-Claude Van Damme's victory can be attributed to several key factors. Firstly, his superior speed and agility allowed him to dictate the pace of the fight, forcing Seagal into a reactive stance. Van Damme's relentless offensive strategy overwhelmed Seagal's defensive techniques, preventing him from mounting a counteroffensive. Secondly, Van Damme's adaptability played a crucial role. When his initial attacks were neutralized, he quickly changed tactics, exploiting Seagal's slower movement and lack of aggressive engagement. This adaptability is a hallmark of Van Damme's fighting style, allowing him to adjust to his opponent's strengths and weaknesses effectively. Finally, Van Damme's physical conditioning and stamina gave him an edge in the prolonged battle. His ability to maintain a high level of intensity throughout the fight wore down Seagal, whose stamina waned under the relentless assault. This showdown between Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme was a clash of titans, a thrilling encounter that showcased the unique strengths and weaknesses of both fighters. While Seagal's mastery of Aikido and defensive prowess were formidable, it was Van Damme's speed, aggression, and adaptability that ultimately secured his victory, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest martial artists in cinematic history.